ready to hit the like and share button on YouTube and Facebook. This is the Hot Rod Podcast with Ron Foreman and Brady Wright. We literally live, eat, and breathe cars. Hey, it's Brady Wright and Ron Foreman. We are here with the Hot Rod Podcast, show number 367. And tonight, we got kind of a special show. Our guest tonight is going to be here pretty quick. His name is Joe Fredericks, and he was recently, on October 12th, inducted as Hot Rodder of the Year in the Idaho State Hot Rod Hall of Fame Awards banquet in scenic Coeur d'Alene. Ron was there, and Ron's wife, Marcia, and a whole bunch of other people. In fact, it was a sold-out house. So
it was awesome.
Yeah, we're going to get to talk with Joe and see what's up with him, plus a sneak of some things that are coming up. So stick with us. We'll get started in just a minute. Hi, I'm Brady Wright. I'm the founder of the Idaho Hot Rod Hall of Fame, and I got some big news coming up that I think you'll want to know about. Now, if you're a car person and you're in Idaho, especially North Idaho, you probably are aware of the organization, but just in case you're not, what we do is we recognize hot rodders, clubs, and people who support the sport of hot rodding all through the state of Idaho. It is for Idaho people only. Every year we have an awards banquet that recognizes a Hot Rodder of the Year, a Young Rodder of the Year, and a Car Club of the Year throughout the state of Idaho. Now, you probably wonder, how do people get nominated and how do they get the award? Well, the nominations come from you. If you go to our website, that's Idahof, IDAHHOF.org. There is a nomination form there. You can download it, or you can send an email to idahof@gmail.com, and we'll send you one for yourself. And when you send them in, all of the board gets together once a year, usually in the fall, and we decide who's going to get nominated and who's going to get inducted into the Hall of Fame for that year. Now, our banquet is coming up in about 2 months. We're looking to do it in about September, so you have July and August to fill out your nominations and get them into us. It's real important. The nominations are self-explanatory. The form is real clear, and if you fill it out as completely as possible, whoever you nominate, or whichever club you nominate, has a pretty good chance of getting in. We induct one Hot Rodder of the Year, one Young Rodder of the Year, and one Club of the Year every year. But you can put your nominations in at any time. If we don't choose the person you've nominated, for example, this year, they may get in next year. Just depends on who else gets nominated. It's idahof@gmail.com or idahof, IDAHHOF.org on the web. We're also on Facebook. If you have questions, you can ask them right there. We look forward to getting your nominations in, but do hurry. We need them by the end of August 2023. Hey, it's Brady Wright, Ron Foreman, and our guests, Joe and Shawny Fredericks. And as we said in the intro, these folks are here because Joe was inducted into the Idaho State Hot Rod Hall of Fame a couple of weeks ago, and we've been trying to get, Joe's schedule is very busy, and so we've been trying to get a time to sit and talk with him. Welcome, you two. Glad you made it.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, so for those who are watching and don't know the drill, the Idaho State Hot Rod Hall of Fame is an organization that promotes hot rodding through the entire state. And the nominations for being inducted into the hall they come from the public, so the hall doesn't nominate anybody, but we do decide, who's going to go. And Joe was nominated, and actually twice, and it was kind of undeniable. Nice. Now, Joe has been a huge force. I'm going to maybe embarrass you a little bit here, Joe. He's been kind of a huge force in the North Idaho area for a lot of years. His business is Cinderella Customs and Restorations, and he's been responsible for like a whole lot of cars coming out of his shop. But also, you do a lot of things for the car community. You do a lot of things involved with the car community, and one of them that kind of, I'm not going to say it got you where you are, but it certainly is a big piece of it, is the summertime show and shine kind of thing that you used to do. We're going to talk about it, called Cinderella Nights. Mm-hmm. Now, you did it for 10 years, as I understand, right?
That's correct.
And what I want to know more than anything else, because we could talk about the show itself, how did you decide to do that in the first place? This goes way back.
I just wanted to do something with the people with the cars.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do a gathering, have people come and show their cars and talk and just kind of network, because I had the shop and it was fresh. Also, the shop was fresh, and I just wanted to network and just kind of get people together.
Well, that's definitely how you do it. But it seems to me that the first one you did was like 5 or 6 cars or something like that.
Yeah, it was 5 cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And it was like everything starts somewhere, right?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted a place for people to be able to drive their hot rods. It was only
Absolutely.
Right on.
a couple hour thing, and drive them, and then maybe get some food and go home.
I mean,
Like a cruise-in,
what more could
Right.
you
early,
want? Yeah.
early cruise-in.
Sure.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
It was.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And I met him 2 years after his first Cinderella nights that he started it.
Oh, you
We
met him
met-
after that.
We
Uh-huh.
met through best friends. His best friend, my best friend were married. And
Got
they
it.
took me
Okay.
to Cinderella nights. And so I was exposed to it. I go, that is the coolest name I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, it's just cool. You want to be a part of it, And being an event planner, I took off from there, and I did awards and sponsors and just kind of
Oh,
took
right
it
on.
to another level. So
Yeah.
And our first awards were basically a certificate
with a sticky star
with a
on it.
sticky star on it,
Oh,
and we would give them a coupon for a free hamburger.
Free burger, yep.
That's where it started.
and
You
what
still have
award-
it? You still
what
have
more
one of
really do
those?
you want? You still got one of those certificates, right? Someplace?
I don't think I don't.
We just got them at Staples. Like,
Yeah.
it's so low key.
Yeah, it was like, now it's a collector's item.
And some of the
Yeah,
people, some
absolutely.
of our friends who came to the ones where I was first there,
Yeah.
they watched our relationship take off because we weren't married when I met him, and we met, and anyway, ended up being married and all that. So they got to watch the very beginning of that. It was kind of funny.
How cool is that? I
Yeah,
mean,
it
not
was
only the
pretty
show
cool.
grew, but you guys did too. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Very
cool. At what point did it go from being, a thing at your shop to multiple? Because you've had it all over the place. It hasn't always been just at one spot.
Well, it got to the point where we had no room.
Ah,
Once it grew and we had no room where we started, we had to move to a different place that had more room for cars.
right.
And
Right on.
that's kind of how that started.
I think we went to Main Street, in Coeur d'Alene, Main Street, by the cinema over there.
Got it. Yeah, yeah.
Riverstone.
Riverstone.
We
Uh-huh.
went there. We had a friend who had a shop there, and the association got together and gave us permission, and we would clear out that street at 4 o'clock at night every Tuesday.
Yeah.
We loaded that place up. It was
Good sized parking
nice.
lot.
Yeah, it was great.
It
I
was
mean,
very cool.
it went from 5 cars in the beginning
Right.
to over 300
Wow.
when we ended. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Do you have any a photo documentation of the first to now, or
Yes,
we do.
actually we do. Yes.
that'd be awesome to make that into a DVD? That'd be really cool.
And
yeah, we've got-
so give me some of those pictures and we'll run them below here while,
that'd be
while
cool.
the show is going
Yeah.
on.
We
They've
got-
already done this. I'll have them on the show.
we have drone footage of.
Oh,
of
right on.
Texas and stuff. It's
Excellent.
phenomenal. All the cars that
Very
go.
cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Drone
Yes,
pictures
yes,
at the speedway. We had
yes.
cars on the track parked. It was really
Right.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
We've a lot of history there with Cinderella Nights for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. And I know that some of my friends and some of the people in my car club and other people were there. I mean, they've been, went to many of them. And it was like
Uh-huh.
the good thing about it was Tuesday nights at Curly's. That was the one location where you were at quite a bit.
Right.
And this place is out on one of the highways, not too far from Post Falls. It's kind of in Post Falls or on the border between Post Falls and Hauser,
Right, right.
Idaho. But the place is fairly good sized, but it's got kind of a circle situation. Just for those of you who haven't seen it or don't know where it is, there's several buildings in there. It's kind of a compound, and when you get in, you
Right.
can park on either side of the road going through it. But you
Right.
guys had so many cars, you also had 2 lines down the middle, and it was kind of to the
Right.
point where
Right.
once you got there, you weren't
You couldn't
leaving
get out.
until the end
Right,
of the
and that-
show because
and
there
that
was no
happened to-
place to get out.
Right.
And that happened at Yolks too.
Yeah,
We had so many cars at Yolks to the point where we had cars parked in the center and all that stuff. And then it got to
Yeah.
the point where Yolks said, "Yeah, guys, got to find another place to do this. It's too big. Customers."
Where our finale
Yeah.
went all the way down the street, all the way by the old Hot Rod Cafe. We used their
Yeah.
parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We asked everybody if we can use it, and we just loaded. We had a trailer rally at the
Nice.
same time, so
And we
it was
had
cool.
we had over 120 cars at Curly's.
Yeah.
Wow.
I stacked them in there. I got them in
Well,
there.
yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've all been there a bunch of times.
Right.
You know, when you go there, I counted the parking places, and there's not enough for the number of cars you had. There isn't.
No.
And
Yeah, it was Tetris with cars.
yeah, well, and
Yes.
you had, I mean, people who've done car shows, you know, Ron. I mean, you've parked cars, you know, at a bunch of your shows, and you got to leave
Well,
room for people to
I
get
used to park
doors open.
cars. I used to park cars at Stevens Pass ski area. Get 2,400 cars up there
Yeah,
on 40 acres.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's not on the same place. They're all over the mountain.
yeah.
Parking
right,
lots.
right.
Well, so there's your challenge, Joe. You and Shawny could put together a 40-acre car show,
No,
Right?
and
we're retired.
you retired.
No.
Well,
No.
actually, that
It could
brings
be
up,
an anniversary Cinderella story, the never-ending story.
boy,
Right.
yeah.
Well, we do have a car show we do now every year. We're doing one show a year now.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It's called Cinderella the Car Show. And
right.
that's
Right
at
on.
the Cooper County Fairgrounds.
Well, and yeah, that's actually where I was headed. You
Yeah.
retired from the Curly's, you know, bit,
From the
but now
Cinderella
that
Nights.
just
is retired,
this
yeah.
last spring or sort of
Yes.
spring, you guys put on Cinderella the Car Show, and it was at the
Yes.
Kootenai County Fairgrounds, which is a pretty good sized place.
Yes.
And that you did, it was a really great show. It got kind of cloudy, but the
It
show
rained.
It rained. It did. It rained.
yeah, well, you know, rain is just, you know, liquid sunshine. It's all good.
Yeah, but we still had the diehards. I mean, we still had a decent turnout.
Nice.
I mean, we
You
had
did have a
eight
decent
other
turnout. Yeah,
shows.
it
Eight
was
other
good.
shows that weekend, so we did really well. So
Yep.
yeah.
Well, the guys with the T buckets and the you know the convertibles with no roof, they kind of bailed when the rain
Right.
started coming. I
they
understand that, but
Right.
yeah, it was a great show, and
Yeah.
and you always have a good the community around here, the North Idaho community, Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, Hayden, Rathdrum, Spirit Lake, Athol, even Sandpoint. That cluster of civilization here in North Idaho, pretty well known, kind of a small, intimate community. Everybody kind of knows everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, they came down from a lot of different places. We had guys, I know there were guys there from Sandpoint.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the thing I want to say, Ron, you do this, so you'll understand this one real easy. Joe never charges for the show. You know, there's
Right
no
on.
fee. Yeah, I mean, it's just like show up, and if there's a charity to
Uh-oh.
Crackly, snap, crackle, pop.
That's not us.
I guess it's my turn to talk.
But we never did
Yeah,
we never charged for Cinderella Nights. We never did.
No.
For 10 years, we never charged.
that's awesome.
But
Yes.
the
That's
car
cool.
show, the once a year car show, we charge a registration fee, but all the money went to Scarlett, the little girl with cancer. That's what that was, to raise money for the veterans and for Scarlett and the food
In the
bank.
food bank.
So
Yeah.
All our proceeds went to charity like autism,
Yes.
burn victims,
yeah,
and there was another charity that there was the one they get the blanket for, Wounded Warriors,
Warriors, yes.
and we used to
Yes.
support a pinup pageant. They're called the Pinup Angels.
yeah.
They would
Okay.
put together care packages for the well. This was during the Iraq War. They put up care packages for the military, the soldiers,
Right.
and we funded them. We give them I don't know how much,
Nice.
$1,200 one year
Nice.
to make these packages together, and they ship them all over there and
Nice.
support the troops.
That's
That's
awesome.
cool.
That's
That's
great.
what we did
Yeah,
with
we
most of.
don't make any money off our car show. We do it
No.
always for a charity. And this year we debuted a brand new trophy. I don't know if you were able to see the trophies we gave away.
I don't
They were
think so.
custom done for us by our trophy maker.
Custom
And
done.
they were very expensive, but we wanted to do something different, not a plaque, we used to have the 7-foot trophies. We just want to
Uh-huh.
do something
Oh, wow.
classy and cool. So they were really a huge hit. People loved them. So
They were
So our
different.
membership creates our trophies. So they all pick a category out of a hat, and they from anywhere from most likely to muss your hair to who's going to get a ticket, a hoopty car,
yeah,
and they're all handmade crafts. You can go to my Facebook page, you can check them, but you're not on Facebook, but you are.
I am. Yeah.
Shani, you can check them out.
Shawny.
Shawnee,
Yep.
I wrote it down. It's on the little screen here. I just meant Shawnee. Okay, Shawnee. Nice to meet you, by the way, both
Yes,
of
thank
you.
you.
Well,
Yes.
I met Joe, and I saw you briefly at
Yes.
the awards banquet.
Yes.
Can you talk
Yeah.
yet, Brady?
yes, anytime you like.
There
Oh,
you
there you
are.
go. There you are.
You're doing fine. It's all good.
He's back and not crackly.
So, you did say that you were retired, and I understand that you're retired from Curly's and everything,
Just
but
Cinderella
nobody ever
Nights.
completely retires. And the show, of course, are you planning to do Cinderella the car show every year, or what's coming up?
Yes.
What's online for you guys?
Yes.
Every year, yes.
Yes, we're going to do that again in 2025.
We're registered for September 14th, 2025.
We're going to do it on a Sunday next year,
Oh, okay.
Sunday,
Okay.
because that way we're not competing with other car shows.
Yeah. Well,
28th, you said?
I was just going to say that around
September
here,
28th?
during the summer, there's pretty much a car show every weekend, and mostly there's
yeah.
some on Saturdays and some on Sundays. You know,
Right.
you know
Right.
how it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You have your choice of stuff to go to.
Yep.
So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of a pick and choose. Which weekend is there not a huge show? You know, so
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's the game.
Yep.
Have
That's
you
why
guys
we do it.
identified a weekend yet?
That's why we do it in September.
Ah, yeah.
28th? Did you say 18th or 28th?
The 14th of September.
14th.
Yep.
Yes.
Sunday the 14th. Yep.
Yep.
And what day is the Hot Rod Hall of Fame, Brady?
The
Next
awards
year.
banquet?
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be on the 14th. I think we're going to do it a little bit. Now, I promise you that. I think it's going to be a little bit earlier in September this year. I was kind of stuck because we got down to the kind of the close of the season, and the hall was booked. We had a really nice place at the Best Western Conference Center here in Coeur d'Alene. It was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
But that's the day I could get at that late date. So I want to have it a little bit earlier than that. But I also don't want to compete with the INCCC Show and Shine because that's a big thing. And I don't want to compete with the Washington State Hall of Fame because it's going to be in Spokane this coming year. So
Oh, that'd be cool, though. I think that'd be awesome.
It's going to be great, but we got to coordinate dates. So we'll make sure that we're all independent. It could be fun.
Oh.
Who knows? Maybe Shawny will get inducted this year.
Well, we're going to definitely push that.
Why?
Why not? You're the
Somebody might
second.
nominate
Absolutely.
you.
You're the good
Somebody
part.
we know who knows
He's
you
talent.
might nominate you. Who knows?
Yeah, no, you never
They
know.
can be a member.
He's
That's right.
the talent, so I'm all about supporting him. I'm the supporter. I'm the proper upper.
Yeah, well,
If it weren't for women in our club, we wouldn't have clubs.
right, I agree. And if it weren't
That's
for
right.
my wife, we wouldn't have Cinderella Nights.
We
There you
were-
go. That's
There you
we
go.
wouldn't have Rat Bastards if it weren't for Marcia. So there you go.
Yeah,
Well, that's true. Yeah, when
were-
Ron got inducted into the Washington Hall, they inducted Marcia too because they're a pair. I mean, you couldn't
Oh.
you couldn't get away with
Right.
it.
Very
Yeah.
cool. That
So
would have been cool.
aside from the car show, I want to back up a little bit and do a little history. How long have you been building cars? Because one of the things, of course, that Cinderella's is actually a restoration and custom shop,
Right,
and you do
right.
great work. So I mean, how long have you been doing that? How'd that get started?
Well, I painted my first car when I was 14, and it was a
Nice.
62 Chevy Impala.
With a
Super
brush?
Sport.
Did you have it?
No, I used a roller. No,
No,
just
a
kidding.
roller. It's even better. Yeah, yeah.
And
Nice texture on
it
there.
was black lacquer.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, and that's how my dad taught me to paint with lacquer.
Yeah.
And,
Okay. Cool.
I've kind of been doing it ever since. I've just always gone back to building the car thing. It's always been kind of my passion.
Yeah.
18 years, though.
So what-
18
was-
years, Idaho.
18 years here in Post Falls.
Yeah.
Was that your first car?
My first car?
Was that your first hot rod?
No, my first hot rod was a 58 Brookwood wagon, Chevrolet.
Hey, there you go.
Nice.
Wish I still had it.
Yeah. well,
Shaggin' wagon.
It was a cool car, man.
Bet.
It was light
You got the
baby
50
blue,
Well, you got the
It has.
59.
and it had a Sears Roebuck 283 in it.
Oh, right on.
Back in the day.
That's good.
That's
Sure.
awesome.
Sure.
Yep.
What
Yep,
didn't
that's
J.C.
awesome.
Whitney sold them too for a while, I think, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's my first car, and then I got the 62 Impala Super Sport, and I've had 17 of those since.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of
Very
62.
nice.
So Joe has, I
Very
don't know,
cool.
Ron, you may have seen it when you were over here. I can't remember. Joe's got a really, really nice 59 Chevy wagon, yellow and white. I mean, I'm
Yellow and white, yeah.
saying yellow and white. It's much more complex than that, but it's really a nice piece of work.
I have not seen it. I'm looking forward to it though.
A
We'll
two-door
run a
wagon.
picture of it here because it's really great.
Right on.
Last time we were talking a little bit, we might have said this even at the banquet. I was telling Joe about a guy in Coeur d'Alene who's got a 57, I think it's a sedan delivery, over by the hospital. I went by and it's his, I'll tell you where his place is after we're done.
Uh-huh.
He still didn't want to sell it, but he might sell it to you. He would sell it to me, but he might sell it to
He,
you. I don't know.
he might know
Right.
Joe, and Joe might know him.
Probably
I
does.
might, but I have a 59 sedan delivery that I'm building now.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah,
And
you said.
that might be that might be my last personal build.
Right
You
on.
never
My
know.
last one.
I
Might be.
I
said
thought you
I
were
was-
building a Volkswagen camper.
That's
somebody.
not a camper, it's a Volkswagen. It's a Volkswagen bus, and that's hers.
23
Right.
window.
You said the 23 window, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it just
Yeah.
got put in pink and
I
white.
just got done painting it pink and white.
Nice.
Super.
Can't wait to see that either.
I
Oh,
know.
it's gonna be cool. It's gonna
I'm
be
so excited.
it's a good looking bus. It really is. It's gonna look pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Want to do this or that?
This or that.
We have time to do this or that. So this is a game that Ron plays. He loves this thing. He's going to ask you some questions. It's like this or that. What's your choice? Two things. It's gotta be quick. You gotta answer right away. Either one of you can answer. How's that?
Okay.
We can
All
go
right.
either way. You can go Joe first and Shawny next, and then
Okay.
back and forth.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
I already know the
Okay.
answer to this. So it's Ford or Chevy.
Chevy.
I'll do that. Johnny?
Ford, I have a T-Bird.
All right.
Oh, you're going to ask them the same question. You got to change questions for each of them.
Okay, I can do that. Beatles or Eagles?
What do you say? Beatles or Eagles?
Yeah. The
Eagles.
rock band. Beatles or Eagles?
Oh, Beatles. Beatles.
Johnny?
Eagles.
All right. I thought so. Ed Big Daddy Roth or Von Dutch?
Big Daddy Roth.
Same.
All right. Jim Winfield or George Barris?
Barris.
Good answer. Good answer. Cool. Steelies or Mag wheels?
Steelies.
Okay. Wide whites or white walls?
Woo! Whites.
White walls.
All right, cool. Paint or patina? I'm gonna say I
Paint.
know it's paint.
Paint.
Rat rod, hot rod, or muscle car?
Hot rod.
I love a rat rod.
All right. If there was a
Yeah, go
question
ahead,
we
Ron.
failed to ask you and you would like to answer, what would the question be?
Where did I come up with the name Cinderella?
Where did you come up with the name Cinderella, Joe?
Well, it has nothing to do with the chick in the dress. It was all about the rock band of the 80s. Cinderella.
All right, on.
That's where it came from originally. And then I met my beautiful bride here, and she's made it about the chick in the dress.
All right.
Yes.
So was it the song I Will Remember You by Cinderella?
No, that's Skid Row, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
that's Skid Row. No, it was Cinderella. Shake Me.
Okay.
Don't
But it was
know
about the
what-
same time. Those two were kind of competing.
Yes.
Those two bands were about the same time.
Mid
Mid-80s.
And Cinderella, they actually toured with Bon Jovi.
All right, on.
Yeah, so that's where the name came from.
Very cool.
That's
I was going to suggest there's a few glass blowing companies around here. You could have a Cinderella glass slipper made for like a People's Choice Award or something like that
Well,
for
there
your
you
next
go.
show.
That'd be kind of cool,
For
huh?
the ladies' choice.
Ladies' choice of glass.
Oh, there you go.
That would be now. That's a great idea.
The
Thank
ladies.
you.
The ladies.
I'm an
picked,
ideas guy.
the
Go ahead.
ladies
I'm sorry, Shawny.
at our car show, the ladies' choice was a painted handbag from a famous guy at Hot August Nights in Reno. I bought a
Oh, right
purse for $100, and she got the prize of that. The lady at our show.
Yeah.
what a
Very
deal.
cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Well, that's cool. Well,
I think-
I have
I
along
think
that.
Brady's back.
Oh yeah, I've been here. I just been listening.
Okay.
Along that line, do have one last question to ask you because we're getting
Yes, sir.
down to it. But you get to kind of stretch. I know you still got Cinderellas. I know you're still doing customs and registration. Is there any kind of a car or truck or whatever that you haven't worked on that you really kind of always wanted to? What's your dream project?
I
question.
would love to build a 67 fastback Eleanor.
Oh well,
Ooh, nice.
I have not worked on one of those yet. I
how
would
cool
love
is
to get
that?
one.
That
I'd
would
love
be
to
cool.
own one.
Yeah. Well,
Who
and would we
wouldn't?
not all like to
Right.
own one?
Yep. So that's probably the one and it used to be kind of like the 59 deliveries, but now I have one.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Well,
yeah.
if you're watching wherever you are in the country, if you're watching this one and you've got an Eleanor project in your head, Joe
Yes.
is the guy, and
Yes.
he's called Cinderella in Coeur d'Alene or Post Falls. You will find him, no doubt. That'd be a fun one. If you get
That
that,
would be cool.
let me know. We'll come down and shoot it.
You got it, man. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
Awesome. Well, Joe and Shawny, I
Cool.
really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. It's been cool. We're gonna have this thing up in a couple of days. You guys will be a part of the deal, and
Okay.
we're looking forward to Cinderella, the car show next year. It's going to be epic, and we'll let everybody know when it's going to happen.
Well,
Yes.
thank you so much. Thanks for everything. And it's an honor to be inducted into the Hall of Fame for
Hey,
Idaho.
you're one of only
Well-
four, so that's a good deal.
Well, thank you so
Welcome
much.
to the family.
The Rat Bastards Car Club of Idaho loves a good time, and we'd rather build it than buy it. We're a family-oriented, nonprofit car club that welcomes all 1969 and older in the rough as enough, real steel and iron. We're all about old school, traditional hot rods and rat rods. We get together, we have fun, we help each other build, and we cruise like crazy because that's the way car clubs are supposed to be. The Rat Bastards of Idaho is a new class of old school. Our signature event is the Infestation Show every July. Check our Facebook page for location, time, and date. We're charter sponsors of the Idaho Hot Rod Hall of Fame and the Hot Rod Podcast. Join us at cruise-ins all over Idaho and eastern Washington. Joining the club is easy. Just contact us through the club Facebook page or contact us at any event. Check us out on the Rat Bastards Car Club pages on Facebook.
That was awesome.
Yeah, wasn't it? Joe and Shawny are great people.
Great people.
Just
Awesome.
And so now we got to really put this out there. If you've got an Eleanor project in your mind, Joe Fredericks at Cinderella Customs is the guy. Make sure you let him know. From anywhere in the country, you can always find him. He's on Facebook,
That's right.
Cinderella Customs, and you'll see the address and stuff coming across the screen here in a second. That's fun. So we got another show next week, and in another about week from when this is being recorded, I'm going to go down to get a brand new knee. So I'll be sitting, but we can still do the show even though I'm sitting with my knee up.
Will you be in a bucket seat?
I'll be in a bucket seat, absolutely, and I'll have a bucket of bourbon next to me. Probably. Hey, it's always a pleasure, my friend.
Yes, sir.
All
You
right.
too.
This has been the Hot Rod Podcast. Ron Foreman and Brady Wright. We'll see you on the next one. That's it for this episode of the Hot Rod Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe to our show, and we appreciate it if you smash those notification buttons too, so you'll know when a new one drops. For Ron Foreman, I'm Brady Wright. This has been the Hot Rod Podcast. We'll see you on the next one.